And then we got episode 6 of American
Hmm.
Gigolo. This
Yes.
episode returned to quality.
Yeah. So this one opened up with Julian still in jail, obviously, and trying to figure out like what's going on. So this was more of a Sunday episode, which was good as well. We got to see Sunday's, the background of like that same night that Julian gets brought in,
Hmm.
right? So we get to see her using Narcan to sort of bring her brother back to life, and her not wanting to go in to the office that night to question Julian, and then her just pushing and whatnot just because she was frustrated and all that sort of stuff, and she wasn't in the right mindset and everything, and how she could have put Julian away for as long as she did. What else do we get to see? That weird guy that looks like he's from the what's his face video, the weekends videos.
McGregor.
Mm.
McGregor
Yeah.
asking for his $3 million.
Fucker.
Yeah, what's his face going to pay the $3 million? It's weird, that relationship between him and it's essentially his stepson, right?
Yeah.
And how he still sees him as a son.
Yeah. I wouldn't give it up. If I raised that kid, that's
Yeah,
my son.
yeah, that's true.
Like I actually respect that. Like seeing Stratton now,
Mm.
I'm like Julian doesn't need to get involved in all that
No,
drama.
he doesn't.
Know what I mean? Like you got a son out there, you didn't know. Unfortunate, but the truth is this man raised him.
Yeah.
Like the hours that he put in just for that watch,
Mm.
like he may not have been probably the most present father, but like I respect that he actually took the time out to give his son like a learning like that.
That's right. What else
Um
happened in this episode?
uh this episode, like for me it was like there was big elements of submission. Like there was even an S&M party.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
But like there was like this weird sort of submission through admission of guilt.
Yeah.
Like Julian kind of gets that.
Mm.
Like when he beats the fuck out of that kid with that rock,
Mm.
guilty. He
Yeah.
like he and then they're walking past with the mother, and then I don't know, that seems to be like the landlord that
Yeah.
says to him and his mother, like, hey, I seen you nearly killed that kid. So that's like one, sort of like making him feel bad,
Yeah.
putting him on a guilt trip,
Yeah.
and then going, but I need you in an hour. Got some work around the yard. So
Yeah.
she wants him to kind of go over there and fuck her, which
Mm.
is disgusting. And then says, well, your rent is also due.
Yeah.
And there's also like the mother who basically like does nothing.
Mm.
I don't know. She must be working or something. She must be out. I'm not going to assume that she does nothing.
It,
But
sound, it sounds like she is Julian's pimp.
that's true. And Julian's always kind of had that pimp,
That's right.
which is why it's so easy for him to kind of go into that situation that he is with Olga.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it was just fucked up. And then Julian later does it with Sunday.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That I'm guilty because I have this in my history. Like I
Mm.
have fits of rage. I get involved. Like I get into that.
Yep.
So like the admission of guilt is just natural to me.
Mm.
So now I'm going to submit and say that yes, I confess I did that shit.
Mm.
This episode was the episode that we kind of needed.
Yeah.
Like 2 episodes ago was kind of like it was too sitcom-y in it. Like
Yeah, the whole stealing of the child and all that sort of stuff, and him finding out that he has a child and all that. Like, yeah.
I don't know how that's going to play out.
Yeah. How many episodes of this is there?
I want to say there's 8. I think the big dog said last week 8,
All right.
which is good. Like I'm glad they're not dragging it on. Like
Yeah.
there's one filler episode that's kind of happened,
Hmm.
and they can kind of keep that.
Mm.
So yeah, the next 2 episodes, man, they got to keep up this level of quality.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
be- because if it's a limited series, there is a lot of trauma for Julian to kind of work out and be in a place where he can kind of repair
That's
and
right.
sort of restore
Mm.
himself. And I'm hoping that it kind of goes back full circle, back to the cops. Not back to the cops, back to his mother.
Yeah. Do you think that it was that chick that set him up?
I'm thinking so.
You think so? I
That
still think it's
Isabel,
I still think it's the woman.
it could have been both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because if she was hiring Julian, she would have been hiring from Olga.
Yeah.
But Isabel would have been in that periphery because she would have been working as well.
That's right.
And then Isabel and Elizabeth could have been working together
Mm-hmm. We'll
because
see.
that's almost how like it links with Olga giving Julian the Lisa Beck file.
Mm-hmm.
That there's some fuckery there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
We got our last episode of Rings of Power.